All right, so most people when they go hunting, they're going to assume that they want to have a boot like this, just a regular hiking boot. However, in this video, we're going to talk about the philosophy of footwear for hiking, why you may or may not want something like this, and what other options there are out there. This is part of a larger series on hunting and not being detected by animals. So if you're interested in stuff like that, or just the outdoors or firearms, make sure to like and subscribe so that you can get more information like this. So when you go out in the woods, you obviously want to be protected by from the elements, right? And so you want something that's windproof, waterproof, and is going to keep your feet warm. However, the bottom of this is pretty hard. So you would use this when you're scrambling up and over mountains for elk hunting, things like that. If the snow is deep, you just put a set of gaiters on over the top of this to protect you from the snow getting in your boots. And you can also, where is it? Right here. You can put on a set of these things right here. These are micro spikes if you're in heavy snow or ice, and you'll be able to protect yourself pretty well from the elements, right? You're not worried about making a lot of noise because you have to go pretty far and you can see where the game is and you're tracking it, right? So that's when you would use this. However, in most other circumstances, like ambush hunting or still hunting or things like that, this is going to make a lot of sound. And the other thing is, a lot of your shoes smell. So you're going to wash your whole body, you're going to do everything to try to make you be scentless, and then you put this on, it smells bad, and the deer or whatever it is going to know that you're there. So usually what I use is a pair of snow boots like this. I've had these for 20 years now. You can take out the liner in them, which keeps you nice and warm, but then at the end of the day, if it smells, you wash the liner. You don't have to wash the whole boot. You can just spray off whatever's on the bottom, and you can go back out in the woods. This is soft enough that you can feel through here, so when you're stepping in the woods and you feel a twig, you know it's there if you're still hunting, doing things like that, and you can step somewhere else, right? And it keeps you pretty warm. In snow, it's pretty high up, and you're able to do that. It doesn't have as good a traction, so you wouldn't want to use this for long distance hiking, but this is a great way to maneuver through the woods. Now, if we get even more extreme and we're hunting in swamps, I use this right here. Right? This is a knee-high boot. It also is a little bit soft on the bottom. I have a little bit more difficulty feeling. And the one thing I will tell you, even though these are pretty quiet in the woods, is there's a liner in here. And it, when I'm wearing my wool socks, this rubs and it makes just a little bit of noise. And I know it's probably just in my head more than anything else, but it drives me crazy as I'm moving through the woods. Now, if I'm ambush hunting and I'm up in a tree stand, these are like neoprene on the outside and they're nice and insulated on the inside. These are the warmest boots that I own, and they're big enough where I can double up on my wool socks, and then I'm able to have extra insulation without cutting off circulation to my feet, which would actually end up making my feet colder. A lot of people double up on their socks, not realizing they're actually constricting their circulation, and then they're like, why am I cold? That's why you're cold. You can actually see there's still deer blood on these. I gotta wash them. But these are awesome for anything where you're gonna track a deer through a swamp. The only thing that I do not like about them is that my knee kind of creases right here in the back. And so if I want to bend, like kind of squat down and track a blood trail, it's pretty uncomfortable, but it's a lot more comfortable than just being wet in a swamp, especially if it hasn't fully frozen or you're busting through, things like that. But these are excellent choices, especially if you're not moving a lot. The other thing that you can use are these boots right here, which are work boots. I know they say like use what you have kind of thing. I don't recommend using these because, especially if they have a steel toe, the steel gets cold and then your toe gets cold, and they're just heavy, and like that is so loud in the woods if you're trying to maneuver through the woods. These things just are not a great choice. I definitely go with snow boots before I went with something like this. Now, all that said, sometimes it's really nice out, right? And it's a beautiful day and there's nothing on the ground in terms of snow or ice. It's not wet. On those days, I will actually wear what I'm wearing right now, which this is going to be controversial, but I wear sneakers. These, I mean, they're called sneakers. You can sneak through the woods very, very well with these things. They're lightweight. You can feel everything through them. If I'm not worried about needing a lot of tread and I just want to move quickly, sneakers are actually, in good weather, a really, really good option for what to wear in the woods. And you can just throw these in the wash and they won't smell. So in the end, think about scent, think about sound, and then obviously think about the environment you're hunting in and how you can be the quietest, most stealthy version of yourself with whatever footwear you're using. Thank you for watching this episode of Wild Generation. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we're going to go over a lot more hunting stuff.